Yorktown in front of the IT vet, where will soon be the new Nacho Vega Boulevard, Ignacio Vega Boulevard, as works are on its way. It's always a pleasure to be here, and I say good morning to our friend, colleague, and co-host, Emmanuel Martinez. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. ¿Cómo estás tú? ¿Estás bien? Pues buenos días, Belice. Buenos días, Orange Rock. Siempre un gusto poder estar aquí hoy por la mañana en el Sugar City Morning Show en capacidad de co-host. Y un gusto aún más grande de poder saludarles hoy por la mañana y desearles todo lo mejor. Desearles de mi corazón todo lo mejor a todas aquellas personas que nos permiten entrar a sus hogares. Muy buenos días todos. En realidad les agradecemos la sintonía y esperamos de que el Sugar City Morning Show ya sea parte de su vida cotidiana, porque aquí nos esforzamos en tratar de mantenerle informados, aparte de también de traer plática constructiva y hasta divertirnos tantitos, porque correctamente lo dice el compañero, hay un tiempo para todo, hay un tiempo hasta para reír, y siempre es bueno empezar un día en un tono bastante alegre. Como siempre lo hacemos aquí en el Sugar City Morning Show, sin embargo, empezamos con reconocer a nuestro Creador, a nuestro Padre, y de agradecerle y alabarle. Así que, si me permiten, Padre, hoy te damos gracias por tus bendiciones, te damos gracias por la vida, te damos gracias, Padre, por la salud, por las fuerzas. Cosas muy importantes, Padre, que muchas veces tomamos como si fuera un hecho, que siempre lo vamos a tener, pero no es así. Gracias, Padre, por permitirnos estar aquí y permitirnos estar con fuerza y con buena salud. Gracias, Padre, también por la salud que les das a nuestros familiares, a nuestras amistades, a las personas alrededor de nosotros. Gracias, Padre, también por tu amor eterno que tienes para nosotros. Gracias, Padre, también por tu misericordia, por tu justicia, por tu perdón que ofreces a través de la sangre de Jesucristo. Gracias, Padre, por todo esto. Hoy, como siempre, te pedimos por aquellas personas que más lo necesitan. Te pedimos por aquellas personas enfermas, en los hospitales, y a aquellos que no están en hospitales, que también están en sus casas sufriendo solos. Ayúdalos, Padre. Aquellas personas que tienen hambre, que no tienen que comer, por favor, Padre, atiéndelos. Padre, también para aquellas personas que se sienten solos, desolados, deprimidos, que necesitan hablar, que se sienten consumidos en su propia miseria, Padre, que alguien les llegue y les sirva de consuelo, Padre. Hoy, Padre, te pedimos hacer tu voluntad, ser más respetuosos, ser más amorosos, ser más obedientes, ser más honestos, ser más considerados hacia las personas que nos rodean y hacia todas las personas. Porque es lo que tú nos pides, Padre, hacer tu voluntad. Permítenos, Padre, hoy ser dignos de estas bendiciones y de nuevo te damos las gracias por todas las bendiciones que nos das. Amén.
Thank you very much for that, Emmanuel. I want to remind you that we have the weather report coming up, and it's brought to you through the kind courtesy of German Vegas and Sons, Albion's Bus Line, the Youth Connection Band, the Hungerman Barbecue, today, Thursday. I think he's out today, I'm not sure. We need to confirm that. And also Gillette's Meat and this station. The weather report by Emmanuel Martinez.
Buenos días de nuevo. Good morning again. Today is Thursday, the 16th of July. At 6 o'clock, folks, the general situation was as follows. An approaching tropical wave is supporting an increase in showers and thunderstorms over the entire country of Belize. The 24-hour forecast. Cloudy skies with some showers and thunderstorms over the south this morning and tonight, and mainly over northern coastal areas this afternoon. The winds blowing from the east at 10 to 20 knots with occasional higher gusts. The sea stayed moderate to rough, and there is a small craft caution in effect as we speak. The outlook for Friday and Friday night is for a return to mainly fair weather, with only isolated showers or isolated thunderstorms developing. The high temperatures, folks, let's talk about the high temperatures along the coast. 86 degrees Fahrenheit, inland 90 degrees Fahrenheit, up in the hills 78 degrees Fahrenheit. The lows along the coast 80 degrees Fahrenheit, inland 74 degrees, and up in the hills a cool 70 degrees Fahrenheit. There's a high tide at 9:50 a.m., which is this morning. There's another high at 11:08 tonight. There is a low at 4:42 this afternoon, and there is another low at 4:18 tomorrow morning. The sun sets today at 31 minutes after 6, and the sun rises again in all its glory tomorrow at 27 minutes after 5. The moon sets tonight at 7:01, and the moon rises again at 6:48 tomorrow morning. So there is a tropical wave that is going to cross the country of Belize today, and it is expected that we'll be having mainly showers and thunderstorms initially over the south in the morning and over northern coastal areas this afternoon. Buenos días, compañeros, muy buenos días, un gusto saludarles exactamente las 7:11. Es un gusto traerles el estado del tiempo hoy. A las 6 de la mañana, la gran noticia es de que una onda tropical va a estar afectando el país entero de Belice, con chubascos y tormentas, especialmente sobre el sur por la mañana y sobre áreas costeras por la tarde. Se espera de que para las siguientes 24 horas veamos cielos nublados con algunos chubascos y tormentas, esencialmente sobre el sur del país de la mañana, en la mañana y por la noche, y sobre áreas costeras por la tarde. Los vientos volando del este de 10 a 20 nudos con ráfagas más altas. El estado del mar moderado a bastante agitado, y hay una nota de cautela para aquellas pequeñas embarcaciones. Por favor, ejercer mucho cuidado. Para viernes y para viernes por la noche vamos a estar viendo eventualmente un retorno a buen tiempo, con simplemente la posibilidad de chubascos y tormentas aisladas. Las temperaturas altas por la costa 86 grados, en el interior 90 grados, por las colinas 78 grados, las bajas por la costa 80 grados hoy, en el interior 74 y por las colinas 70 grados Fahrenheit. Las mareas, una marea alta a las 9:50 hoy por la mañana, otra alta a las 11:08 hoy por la noche, una baja a las 4:42 hoy por la tarde y otra baja a las 4:18 mañana temprano por la mañana. El sol se pone hoy a las 6:31, el sol sale mañana a las 5:27. Igualmente la luna se pone a las 7:01 hoy por la noche, y la luna igualmente sale mañana temprano a las 6:48. Le damos las gracias a Forecaster Gordon por esta información traída desde el Belize Weather Bureau. Así que una nota de cautela, posiblemente vamos a estar viendo un chubasco o tormentas sobre el país de Belice, debido al acercamiento de esta onda tropical. Se espera que estos chubascos y tormentas se concentren sobre el sur del país por la mañana y eventualmente sobre áreas costeras del norte del país. No se descuenta la posibilidad de que hoy por la tarde tengamos un chubasco u otro. Eso es el estado del tiempo, y muchas gracias por su tiempo.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. I want to remind you that weather report comes to you through the kind courtesy of German Vegas and Sons, who now leashes their grand September raffle. Need to remind you that September 4th, there will be a raffle in each district of a marble stove and a 40-inch flat screen television. All you got to do is go to stores that sells products from German Vega, La Costeña, and Bebin products, and you can get in this raffle.
Y aquí enfrente de mí tengo toda la gama de productos de frijoles, ranch, chicharros con zanahoria. So what you're telling me is that as long as you buy any one of these products, you're eligible
Right.
for the raffle.
Right. We have the mixed vegetables, we call it,
Uh-huh.
you know. And we
Ensalada
have
de
the
verduras. This is
the-
for salads, potato salads, right?
traditional tomato sauce pasta for pasta. That is very good.
This is a replacement of the ragus and the
Man,
presto.
by far the best. And also they have the canola oil, the cocinera made from canola, and also the sarita. So the ranch baked beans is super delicious, my friends. So just
Pardon.
purchase
Pardon.
wherever you are, whether you're in PG, Stan Creek, Cayo, Belize City, Orange Walk, San Ignacio. The keys, as long as you go to the store and you get products from German Vega and Sons, which is La Costeña and the Bebin baby line, you are eligible to get your tickets. And the big draw will happen here on September 4th. Right after the morning show, we have to draw. We will do all the draw right here and let the people know that they can get their stove in different, on the television in different locations. But you have to stay tuned to Channel 10. Notification every day from 10 to 12, and we also have big giveaways. Yesterday we gave away about 5 bags of packages of these La Costeña products from German Vegas and Sons.
And I noticed, Dylan, that you've been getting a lot of participation from people across the
Oh
country.
yes, quite a lot.
I was listening yesterday and I heard that people all the way from San Ignacio.
Oh yes, because they love the genre of music that we're playing from 10 to 12, especially when Chicky comes on with the Belizean vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Lad, look here, people love it. So on that hour we talk more about it and you can get chance to win. But remember to get in the raffle for this marble stove and the 40-inch flat screen TV, you need to purchase La Costeña and Bebin products and ask for the tickets in the store. Drawing date 4th of September. It's exactly 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. We will take a commercial break. Please don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Morning, I hope you could help me.
Morning, sure thing. What can I do for you?
I'm a very busy man and always on the go. But lately, I don't have time for the worry about bonus they expire, whip off it, top up, and anything there. But I hear about some combo plans that you don't have. How they really compare to double triple?
Well, let me tell you this. Combo plan prices beat anything out there. We could give you double triple every day and still it wouldn't come close.
Even better than double triple?
Yes. With our new combo plan for only $139, you get 800 minutes, 800 texts, 5 gig free 4G data, 400 bonus minutes, and free weekends.
Uh-huh.
Yup, the 800 minutes alone are worth more than that. So basically, you get the text, the 4G data, the bonus minutes, and weekends absolutely free.
Sign me up before you change your mind.
With Digitel's new combo plans, it's easier than you think. So go postpaid.
Get more, do more, love more, live more. With Digicel.
Play the new Make Me Rich lottery game, where prepaid users have a chance to win up to $500,000. To get rich, text your numbers to 7424. Choose 5 balls, 4 cool balls between 1 to 40, and 1 hot ball between 1 to 10. Or simply text QP for a quick pick, and 5 numbers will be chosen at random. $3.50 will be automatically deducted from your phone's primary balance, and the digital receipt will be texted back to you. You win $1 phone credit with any matching pool ball, $5 phone credit with any 2 matching pool balls, $50 phone credit with any 3 matching pool balls, match all 4 and win $5,000 cash. Get all 4 pool balls and the hot ball and you'll win $500,000. Make Me Rich will text you back to let you know what you won. So tune in 8 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays to the Make Me Rich game show and get rich.
Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich. This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me.
You know your baby is happy when wearing Bebin Pampers. Bebin Pampers in all sizes. Bebin Pampers make your baby happy. Available at German Vega and Sons.
Over and over again. This one you really not too bright. You, they talk about rates? Make we talk about value. Only Digicel prepaid calls go to 25 cents per minute after the first 10 minutes of calls every day. You Smart Alex over there do that? Or do you charge customers one rate all day? I'll wait for your answer. Only Digicel allows customers to make unlimited calls and texts all night long with the new night shift for only $2.49. You Smart Alex over there do that? I will wait for no answer. Not even ask for free combo plan. That's a weird at 9 cents a minute. Plus free weekend. Plus one free calling circle. You Smart Alex give any options for free weekends? Oh, wait for an answer.
Get more, do more, love more, live more. With Digicel.
I name Luke Smith, 35 years old, been 16 years in my wheelchair.
I'm David Wade, I'm 42 years old, working at Sister Construction.
My name is Tracy Elizabeth Grant.
Michael Bradley, 18 years old, I'm a mechanic.
Delphina Terry, I'm 54 years old.
Well, I hire for do a least security job, check the stuff then that comes out and goes in, you know.
Basically, I used to like catch and kill, sell drugs here and there, you know, but since this is happening, well, I built my own house after this already. Got my own house.
I used to sell fish. My life used to do a lot of hustling. Through the project, I work with the same gang youths on the streets, and I get little contracts and jobs so that they can come up and do something instead of just wasting their minds.
My stepfather that died, he was the one balancing things, right? Since I got it, look like everything is going good. Yeah, I will pay house rent and bills and things, so it's a live for me. It's me and my mom.
I don't have to day every day begging for a quarter so I could buy myself a pack, brother. I got a job now, I could buy what I want. And
I feel good. For example, I was working on the Chitomal Bridge doing a bit of welding. I could say one day I could carry my grandkids and my kids there and tell them that I did something for Belize.
When I got my kids, I can me build this bridge.
I'm glad that my work involved in it, and I'll be a part of it too.
My name is Delphina Terry.
My name is Luke Smith.
Tracy Grant.
Michael Bradley.
My name is David Wade.
And my life has been transformed.
And my life has been transformed.
Life is hard, but not hard enough that you can do something for yourself, you know?
Let's get ready to rumble!
get serious. Get Bob.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Yes, that's right. To my right, I am protected and I feel safe now as we're joined in the company of members of the Belize Defense Force.
Yes, that's exactly right.
It is a pleasure without no measure to have them. I think it's the first time we're having members of the Defense Force on a show. Right, Morris? It's the first time. So mark it down on a calendar one of these way and give us something. How we like give us things, you know. But it's always a pleasure. Emmanuel, I must admit that Emmanuel has been following up on a story and what they are doing these days in the neck of the woods, and I will just turn it over to Emmanuel.
Thank you, Dylan. Thank you very much. Good morning, and if you have just joined us, welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. As Dylan correctly mentioned, today we have the distinct honor and pleasure of having 3 members of the Belize Defense Force volunteer element. Permit me, immediately to my left, I have Warrant Officer Class 2, Albert Johnson. Welcome.
That's correct, sir.
And then in the middle, we have Major Ogaldes, who is here with us. And 3 down to my left, we have the 2nd Lieutenant Eula Sabal from Dangriga. And it's interesting because Eula and I have been chatting over the past couple of years, and we had never seen each other face to face until this morning. As a matter of fact, she looked at me and she goes like, Eula Sabal, 2nd Lieutenant. And I go like, Eula? Welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show, guys. It's a pleasure having you here with us. And yes, you're right. We have been following up on the story because ever since on Saturday or Sunday when Major Petillo called us and said, you know, Mr. Martinez would like to get some coverage on what's going on. And I go like, tell me what's going on. He said, we're going to be having a battle camp in the village of, in the southern part of Orange Walk. Southern in relation to August Pine Ridge, Trinidad, and San Lazaro. And I asked him questions about what's a battle camp, but we're very fortunate today to have Major Ogaldes, who is one of the senior members of the volunteer element, who can explain to us exactly what is a battle camp and what is the purpose of the battle camp that they're holding. And Major, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
What exactly is the battle camp? And for those people who don't know, what is the purpose of the battle camp that you all are holding in Orange Walk this year?
Thank you very much, Mr. Martinez. It's a pleasure to be on the air at this particular station. The purpose of battle camp is to bring all our units together of the volunteer element in order to carry out certain objectives for a 2-week period. This year, the focus is internal security. And so we train our soldiers in week 1 in things like vehicle checkpoints, how to conduct those professionally, how to deal with internal security matters such as riots, also such as to deal with emergencies such as hurricanes. That is the focus this year. But in other years, there have been different aims and objectives. But this year, that is what we are all about this year.
And one of the things that we'd like to make clear from the very beginning is that this is the volunteer element of the Belize Defense Force.
You are correct, sir.
Okay. And in excess of 300 people have convened and set up headquarters in the area. It's military matters, and I guess it's everybody's business already, but it's down by the village of Trinidad. And you correctly said this is convened to be able to sensitize people about internal security. And everything is in regards to the NEMO, the National Emergency Management Organization. Am I right?
In
Do you
fact-
have an affiliation with NEMO?
Yes, we do. NEMO, in terms of hurricane emergencies, is the lead organization. When they want something done, they call the Belize Defense Force in order to deal with it. Now, as you know, the Belize Defense Force has two main branches: the volunteer element, which is the part made up of part-time officers and men,
Right.
and the regular force.
Okay.
When certain emergencies like a hurricane come around, then the Belize Defense Force is put into action through the direction of NEMO.
And your role in a situation is that, what's your role then? To protect properties or what role you play?
We have two main roles: protect life and property, and also to guard particular installations as well as shelters.
Okay. Installation meaning?
We have very important points like communication systems,
Okay.
hospitals,
All right. The post office.
the post office, yeah,
Magistrate court, BL.
Belize,
Yeah.
BEL,
I
BTL,
get the drift.
yeah.
All right. All right. That's what I wanted to know.
Petroleum depots, I would imagine.
I guess
What is a normal day like in a battle camp?
Okay, we start off with running in the morning, physical training.
Physical
How
training.
much miles you knock down, G?
Well, it can be anywhere between
Not
a
that
mile,
you can do any, you know.
anything between a mile to 6 miles.
A mile to 6 miles? What time you start?
We start at about 5:15 or
You go
5:30.
for me that morning.
Thank you, you're most welcome, sir.
Please get two dogs, ferocious dogs, and put them behind him, because that's the only way he'll run.
No, we know how to treat our friends well.
Right, pay man will do
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. So after
Just some comic relief.
yes, indeed. So physical training, then we go into the cleaning up self and the environment, and then breakfast, and then we go into the training program for the day. The training program, because we have three main units, one will start off with the subject matter of vehicle checkpoints, the other does cordon and search, and I can explain these as we go along. And then the other would do shelter management, for example.
Exactly. Then this takes you up all the way to lunch.
Yes, sir.
And then
And beyond.
and
and
beyond. Okay.
Yes.
And then you convene again in the afternoon.
Yes. We have a 40-minute to 60-minute break for lunch, and then we resume after that to continue with the remaining objectives for those particular topics.
Normally it carries you to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes,
approximately?
at 5
Okay.
p.m.
In the-
But we can go beyond that, and we are going beyond that right now, for example, because we add to it subject matter like on AIDS, so sensitize our troops on AIDS. We also sensitize our troops on donating blood willingly, and we do a fair enough job on that. And so we bring people from Red Cross to tell them about that key service.
Yes, I
Yeah,
understand.
because I know, honestly, as you mentioned that, whenever in our community, I can tell you several times in the past when they hear people need blood, one of the first thing they say, go to BDF camp.
Yes, yes.
You
we
know.
do a fair bit on that.
I did that.
Yes,
yes.
a lot of soldiers donate blood.
Mind you, I might not be, my boss might not be too happy that I'm making it a national thing, but
Yes.
we are fairly organized to try to help
But
our
it's a
community.
commendable thing to do in the first place.
Yes, but sometimes the requirement exceeds the what
Yes,
we are able
I
to.
understand. It puts a special pressure, extra pressure
Yes.
on the entire system. And after that supper, are you free to do anything in the evenings?
Within reason.
Within reason.
Training could go up to 10 p.m. depending on all the objectives that we have to cover. There are a few times we finish before that, but at the end there's a bit of relaxation, but within camp, because we want to maximize on the time used for the next 2 weeks. So we want to use the time that we have in order to make positive impact on self and the area we're operating
It's
in.
not often that you have 300 plus soldiers convening in one place.
That is
and
true.
where exactly you have the beautiful opportunity of being able to impart and to share with them and to do an element of training, you know.
I couldn't say it better than you, Mr. Martinez. Thanks.
We understand now that you go through different. I have a question, maybe outside the box.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Okay.
Does the volunteers patrol the streets, or it's just regular soldiers?
There are special circumstances that would bring the volunteer out to patrol the streets.
Okay. And
Before that would happen, the key thing is that we have to be called out by the Governor General of Belize.
Okay.
Because that would fall under the mandate of the regular force, who does it from time to time in assistance of the police department.
Okay.
Yes. Now I was there. Actually, I was there on Tuesday, and I had the privileged position of being able to be within all the soldiers and to see how they train, and to be able to see the indoor training, because obviously you correctly mentioned there are presentations from different people in regards to shelter management,
yes,
in regards to crisis situations after the unfortunate arrival of a cyclone, of a hurricane, where all of a sudden you have a situation where things get out of hand and people are taking advantage of the situation.
Yes.
And obviously you guys will need to have some sort of training and be adept at being able to maintain law and order.
Yes, sir.
3, I don't recall the names of the groups, but it's impossible to have 300 people in one room. It's possible, but it makes it very
Unsafe.
difficult sometimes.
Unsafe as well.
Right, unsafe as well. Always thinking military, see? Unsafe as well. But you have managed to find a way out. You have managed to divide the battalion, the volunteer battalion, into 3 or so different groups. Am I right?
Yes.
Can you explain to us?
Okay. The unit, the volunteer battalion, has Bravo Company, Charlie, Delta, support, and what is the other one, Samika?
We have support. We have Charlie, Delta, Brown,
and support.
Right.
And then
that's it.
Yeah, those are the main branches. But there's the band, which is a major component, but only a portion of the a few men came, because the others are doing things
So we
elsewhere.
have half a band.
it's referred to as
Yes.
a drum corps.
A drum
it's
corps.
referred to
A
as a
drum
drum
corps.
corps. Okay.
We also have the youth cadet corps arm, but they are not, although they are part of the unit, they did not come because they have their own, which will be led by W2 Johnson in the next
month, sir.
in next month in Corozal, in which they will do something like we are doing now. They move to an area and they train and stuff like that.
I understand. Okay. So in terms of the logistics of the presentations and the trainings, you know, and I was told, okay, let's go to Trinidad and we're going to see Bravo doing this, and let's go to the other one, and we saw training taking place. So, you know, so we had different groups carrying out different types of trainings all at the same time, and it is obviously in a revolving basis. So what this group did one day, the other group does the following day.
Yes.
Right? Am I right?
That is true.
It's just the way how they set up the whole process.
Yes. It's
You can't teach everybody the same thing. at the
right.
same time.
So we have different stands.
Different cycle.
Right. We have different stands, and while one unit is doing VCP, the other one is doing, for example, cordon and search. Now, what is VCP? It's vehicle checkpoint.
Yeah.
We have to be able to control road systems in an emergency. It is not an automatic thing. So we train our soldiers so that they effectively are able to carry that out when the need arises.
When you talk about road checkpoint, I have a problem with checkpoint system across the country.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Uh-huh.
Our highway is an international highway
Correct.
that runs through Belize. No, it links border to border, Mexico, Guatemala, Panama.
Yes.
Is it okay for, not the BDF, but for people doing checkpoint, they have a tendency to stop and check every single vehicle where they pass them for license and registration, And I think that while the checkpoint is important, and it's not, and the checkpoint where they set up is not really like a border entry, it's just a checkpoint. They are obstructing the flow of traffic, in my view, on an international highway. I'm not saying you can't have a checkpoint, but at random, 3 every 4 vehicles, every 5 vehicles, but then check every license, is that correct, man?
The Belize Defense Force is not normally involved in something like that.
Most of the time, they just stand on the side.
Yes, because we are in support.
Yes,
But in
yes.
terms of emergencies, we rule. No, there are different strategies that a unit can use in order to accomplish the same mission. There are times when you may do every other vehicle, or you may have intel that you see that boy will work at a station, he may bring in something. This is a license plate, this is the color of the vehicle,
Right.
stand by.
Right.
So you don't check everybody, you check every 5 vehicles, for example. So different ways of carrying it out, because you don't want to clog the highways, but you want to be able to find what you're looking for.
Man, that always happen, especially when they enter Belize. When you left Ladyville, they escort them. It's always hectic because of the space and the amount of traffic. And the line just back up just for the license. If they will take you out your vehicle and check on your seat and check your trunk, hey.
Yes.
But just they stop
You do have
me
a significant
20
count,
minutes
yeah.
down the line for ask me for my
Yes.
license. But 7 officers go walk down there ask me for my
Yes.
license.
You have a good point there.
If I may add to that, I believe it has to do with the discretion of the commander on the ground. No?
I agree.
Because like you rightly said, it's a tedious task to have people, especially when you're trying to reach work.
Of course.
I say the commander must use his discretion, right? He has his intelligence, like what the major says, what they're looking for. But you must do it in an organized, right?
Yeah.
And a less consuming time,
Exactly.
situation. Otherwise, you will frustrate, the general populace, and then it will cause problem because somebody will call this one, call the other one, and
Then
shortly,
things get out of hand because some people and everybody humble. Tell the officer something, they pull it aside and a whole other story started.
But I guess that is exactly the reason why they're having these, to be able to train them to do it professionally and effectively. Who does the presentations? Who does these trainings and so forth? Elements from within the force or people from outside of the force?
The military matters are dealt with by people from the volunteer battalion and the regular force.
And the regular force.
Yes. But shelter management is carried out by the NEMO representative in this district.
In that is Miss Ellis.
No, that's
Mr. Aragon.
Oh, Aragon.
Mr. Aragon,
Okay.
senior.
He and his team.
Well, it's good. It's good to know because one of the things is that people have this concept that the Belize Defense soldiers, they don't know if to deal with people. They're just trained for rough you up and bush.
Okay.
So I like this idea because now it's telling me that you're coming down to a level whereby you can walk with a big machine gun on your side and still have a smiling face, so somebody could know like, hey, that's my friend.
Yes.
Yes. The whole image.
Right.
Yes.
At one time there was a saying that says, never expect a soldier to think, just follow orders.
You know?
very untrue.
Well, based on my experience, when I'm working in society or urban area, I always try to be as friendly as possible.
Obviously.
Because if you're not friendly with somebody, who will expect that person to support you with information and other, details that you need to
And these
carry
kind of
out your
things
work.
work both ways.
Yes.
Respect is given when
right.
when you give, it's earned. So it's a two-way street. So I guess that the more people begin to be friendly, and the more people then turn to be reciprocal with them, because you're friendly and people in turn will be friendly with you. You give respect.
I think Emmanuel, that just
the way it is.
I wouldn't blame the soldiers, I blame for we people, because I could recall as a little boy when they see the BDF there, they're like, huh? They make they say a white man in a uniform. Hey, mister! I blame the people, Emmanuel. I can't blame the soldiers. You talk about a little bit of medic. What kind of training do you do in medical too in this?
Yes, we have doctors, and we have people who are trained in other people who are trained in dealing with combat situations.
Okay.
And so we have somebody like Staff Sergeant Tillett or Staff Sergeant Garbott. These guys, they have decades of experience in dealing with imparting medical information under battle conditions, wounds that you would get under battle. They know how to deal with, and so we prepare our soldiers with that kind of training. We have, for example, if you have problems with gunshot wounds, we have maybe somebody who loses the ability to breathe. They can resuscitate.
Does every soldier requires to have at least a level of Red Cross training under their belt?
Yes, but it doesn't necessarily come from the Red Cross, because we have people who are qualified, who are able to pass on.
Because I experienced something the other day, which I believe was partially right by the police officer, but sad at the same time for the person. I was coming from Belize and I saw the crowd by Lady Village stop, only to find out that probably 5 minutes before I got there, a lady threw herself from a moving vehicle. And she was down there on the ground, groaning, peel up, he never, thank God, he never bust up or nothing. But the police officers was there before me, I could tell you that. And I wonder why they couldn't pick up this lady and carry her the doctor. And people started to get agitated, and there was an off-duty nurse out there, and she was trying to comfort the lady, and she said, officer, I said, from my experience, I could just tell him more or less that it doesn't seem like it's bodily injury, it look more like head trauma, no? But I asked the officer, I said, officer, what you going to do? And he said, Mr. Jones, he said, we don't want to make a situation worse. He said, if we move that lady and he got dead, we're in a trouble. But at the same time, if they move the lady and carry her to the hospital,
needs urgent care, then
that could have saved her life too.
Okay.
But this is telling me now, apparently, the officers don't have no training in the Red Cross. And to me that is sad, because that could save lives out there. If they have any experience in Red Cross training, then they would know how to move the lady, what to look for or something. So what do you think about that? I mean, that's why I asked the question. If I suppose a BDF soldier was out there, a volunteer, and he had the experience and he have something to show that, hey, I'm a certified, I know where to do, I'm not a doctor, but I get training in this, allow me. Because the police never want nobody to touch the lady too.
Okay. There are certain times when it is discouraged that somebody comes in and move the lady or the person from the area in question, because back injuries and neck injuries, they could indeed make the situation worse.
Okay.
So there are times when that would be discouraged. But a person on the spot can decide, listen, let's try to at least move her out of the dangerous area and await more professional assistance.
Okay.
So we teach our soldiers, assess the situation,
Right.
make a decision. But you don't rush into, although it might
Of
look like an
course.
emergency, you don't quite rush, because sometimes the spine and the neck or head injuries are difficult to take care of.
That was I don't know. Like I say, I'm not pointing fingers,
Yes.
officer. I'm just,
Yeah.
like I say, assessing the situation.
Actually, I think that you have a course, and it's called First Aid in the Fields. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
And you have a large amount of different types of events: civil disturbance, cordon and search, HIV sessions, shelter management. Talk to us about shelter management.
Okay.
Hey.
Samida, would you like to deal with that, or?
Of course, Major, no problem. From time to time, we get tasks to assist, right? The civil society, if I may. We're trained in this area as shelter managers, because what normally happens is customary that the public servants would be the one to head this respective task. But because of the way the military is structured, we're normally the first unit on the ground all the time. So we would normally go in, set up the place until the public servants who are directly involved or responsible comes along and they take over. That's one of our primary roles, right? As first responder, so to speak. We go on the ground, we set up everything, and when the people who is responsible comes along, they take over and we just help support in that capacity. But we are trained to do that.
I think I'm listening to it from your point, but I think that I always thought that you need the presence of the military. I've stayed in shelters before, in hurricane times, and I think if you don't have the presence of the military, they have a problem, because people in a whole hard to deal with. Now bring your dog or your puss or your cat to the shelter.
That's right. There are rules for the shelters.
They
indeed.
still bring it, and when the officer is telling the person in charge that cuss up, bad word, want to fight, then look, the one you have to be there for with gun. We're not used to it, but yet when you go to another country like Mexico, you're by the store and you walk past with the gun, you don't say nothing. But in our situation, I just talk this because sometimes we're not fair.
Right.
We're not fair to our own system. And believe me, Manuel, sometimes without the presence of the BDF, that in shelter, you'd have got chaos, because people they fight for space.
You're absolutely
You know,
right.
you tell someone, hey, man, miss, you can't bring your refrigerator stove left at the house. Are you buy it? I didn't.
Right. It has its own challenges. But perhaps maybe Lieutenant Sabal can add to what we have said in relation to, she actually went through the training within her unit.
Good.
Would you like to say something about it? Yeah.
Yesterday, my unit, which is Delta Company, we comprise of Dangwega and Punta Gorda town. We had a full day of shelter management lecture, and then with the personnel from NEMO, and they basically went over the spaces, what all the military soldiers' role. We are there. We are supposed to be the one to get the keys. Some of us will be shelter managers, etc. Right? And our presence is very important at the shelters. Right? So we completed, like I mentioned, we completed everything yesterday evening around 3 o'clock.
Have you ever done shelter management before, physically,
Physically, no, but this was my second training, because we did one with our company over 2 months ago in Dangwega. Yes, with NEMO representative. So everybody from our company are very knowledgeable in that area now, right? And then we hope we don't get any hurricane this year.
But done already.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We are ready.
What are some of the special challenges of being in shelter management? What do you think are some of the? Is it attitudes from people?
Well,
are you trained to deal with how do you train? How do you best train to deal with that?
Well, of course, as a military soldier, our present, well, we cannot encourage the crowd to be like
unruly,
etc. We won't be the one to try to
instigate neither.
Yes, right. We are there for law and order.
So we mediate some of the challenges that I've actually encountered. I have supervised at the national level.
Okay, so you have actual
yes,
practice. Okay.
Yes, specifically Belize City, where people want to bring in their whole attitudes into the place and forget that they are sharing the room with other people. Some people want to do bedroom activities, for example, in the presence of children, right there and then. I don't know if it is the stresses of the storm, but we've had to get a grip of people like those. Marijuana. They want to bring that in as well. And as you pointed out, Mr. Jones, animals. Yes, we want animals safeguarded, but the space is so tight, we cannot allow animals to come into the shelters.
Obviously. I mean, a dog yelping at the other end, people want to sleep. And obviously, you know, if the hurricane is hitting and the dog wants to defecate, where does it do it? In the midst of everybody's sleeping quarters and so forth, you know, and it's understandable. It is tight.
So
it is understandable.
So I guess when they go to the shelter, the first thing they do now that everything is in perspective, is you lay out the rules.
Yes.
Lay out the rules. Yeah. First, we set up the classrooms to be able to share out space equally among the families that come in. So there's a fair bit of work that takes place long before the storm comes in, or actually hits.
Exactly.
So we prepare space. Like, for example, it is stated that it is to be like 3 feet, for example, by 6 per person. And so we set that up. And if we have to dry it on the floor, we do that so that people understand this is your space. This is an aisle to walk in. This is somebody else's space. We have to be firm on that.
You can't reach there. So put me down for 3 bars.
Yeah. King size bed? No. Right?
Yes,
and then we also divide the room. We also show them, okay, that represents the medical center. That represents the kitchen. And that is the bathroom and stuff like that. So we show them everything. I tell you, stresses can really change a man. You can actually see the animal in a man.
If your ability to maintain your serenity in those kinds of circumstances, that makes you a better person.
And this is where all this training comes in.
Thank you. Exactly. Our producer director is indicating that we need to go on a break. It's exactly 2 minutes before 8 o'clock. So, folks, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
They say winning isn't everything. They say big man can't jump. They say there's not a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But let me tell you something. Winning is the way. Winning can't change your life. Winning makes all the difference. But you gotta play the game to win the game. The Make Me Rich tickets today. Your tickets today.
We're looking at mean electricity rate of 35 cents for the period from July 1st, 2015 to June 30th, 2016. This represents a 15.24% decrease in the mean electricity rates.
Have rates ever been this low?
I recall back in the early 80s, electricity was about 41, 43 cents in that range. But this is the first time that, yes, rates will have dipped this low officially.
Buster. They see you and how you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
With Digicel new combo plans, we share voice, text, and data at a low monthly cost. Hey, it's better when we all play together.
Wow, Junior, na nearly time for go buy me number. How we go to shop to buy me number, man? Boy, Junior, time to go, you know. How we go buy me number? Boy, Junior, not see that nearly time. How we go to the store go buy me number? Junior.
Don't make I go buy number for you again. Why you not play this new Make Me Rich game? If you play using text messages for your phone, you don't have to leave the house. Plus, you have the chance to win up to $500,000.
$500,000?
Yes, come back and show you.
It's so easy. But why you never tell me about this long time?
I'm gonna try.
Junior. Oh, sit down. Make Me Rich show the command. I don't buy me numbers, boy. Boy, come on.
This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich.
The transformation continues as the government of Belize is now embarking on a massive rollout of PetroCaribe funds to rural communities countrywide. Contracts have been signed for works to commence in several villages in the coming weeks. And that is just the beginning.
PetroCaribe is coming to Trial Farm and Ladyville and San Narciso and Bella Vista and Socots and Independence and Esperanza and Bullet Tree and Carmelita, and it will not stop until every village constituency in the entire country would have received its fair share of PetroCaribe.
Transforming lives, transforming Belize, a government for all.
Morning, I hope you could help me.
Morning, sure thing. What can I do for you?
I'm a very busy man and always on the go. But lately, I don't have time for the word about bonus they expire, whip off it, top up, and anything there. But I hear about some combo plans that you don't have. How they really compare to double triple?
Well, let me tell you this. Combo plan prices beat anything out there. We could give you double triple every day and still it wouldn't come close.
Even better than double triple?
Yes. With our new combo plan for only $139, you get 800 minutes, 800 texts, 5 gig free 4G data, 400 bonus minutes, and free weekends.
Uh-huh.
Yup. The 800 minutes alone are worth more than that. So basically, you get the text, the 4G data, the bonus minutes, and weekends absolutely free.
Sign me up before the change in mind.
With Digicel's new combo plans, it's easier than you think to go postpaid.
Get more, do more, love more, live more. With Digicel.
Play the new Make Me Rich lottery game, where prepaid users have a chance to win up to $500,000. To get rich, text your numbers to 7424. Choose 5 balls, 4 cool balls between 1 to 40, and 1 hot ball between 1 to 10. Or simply text QP for a quick pick, and 5 numbers will be chosen at random. $3.50 will be automatically deducted from your phone's primary balance, and the digital receipt will be texted back to you. You win $1 phone credit with any matching cool ball, $5 phone credit with any 2 matching cool balls, $50 phone credit with any 3 matching cool balls, match all 4 and win $5,000 cash. Get all 4 cool balls and the hot ball, and you'll win $500,000. Make Me Rich will text you back to let you know what you won. So tune in 8 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays to the Make Me Rich game show and get rich.
Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich. This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show, 7 minutes after the 8 o'clock hour, and very good discussion here we're having with the members of the volunteer regiment, can I see in that way? Battalion of the Belize Defense Force. Emmanuel,
Yes.
as we head down to our last segment for this morning, anything else we missed out on that we want to mention?
Actually, I was speaking to the Major, and I wanted him to shed some light about 2 of the courses that are being offered. One is the Signal, and the other one is the Civil Disturbance. And also, Warrant Officer Albert Johnson here is, Mr. Martinez, I want to talk to you about a special project close to my heart. So we will go first to some sort of detail about what is the Signal.
Signals.
Then on to Civil Disturbance.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about Warrant Officer's little baby, the BDF Youth Cadet Corps, close to his heart, and he's very anxious to talk about that.
Okay. We are fortunate to have W2 Johnson. He is actually a communications expert that deals with signals. So I'll hand over to him on that part.
Back to you, W2.
Thanks very much,
Back to
Major.
you.
Like every other organization, communication is very important.
Yes, it is.
No difference in the army. The commander makes out his plan, right? But in order to him to have a successful plan, he must have some level of communication in place to support that plan. In the BDF, we communicate at different level. At the force level, at battalion, and even down at company and platoon level. When you go on training, you have to ensure that you have a system in place where you could communicate from top to bottom. We have courses that we run from time to time at different level to support communication, and refer to the soldiers who deals with this portion as signalers. They are known as signalers. Their job is basically to ensure that they provide communication for their commander at their level. The force, over the years, communication equipment has evolved like everything else.
Right.
No? I could remember vividly when I joined the force, 1981. We had a lot of, they're rather obsolete now, but we had a lot of radio equipment that were loaned to us or by extension given to us by the British Army, no? And we started off with that. But now we have come a long way, like I said, and we have more up-to-date and modernized equipment.
Right.
No? It makes life easier for us to communicate. Having said that though, it pains my heart sometimes to see that from 81 to now, even though those radio equipments are obsolete, to me when you go on the ground, one, they're soldier-proof.
Functional.
And the equipment is so dependable. As long as they're working, you go any part of this country and you could communicate from PG to Corozal, you know. I'm not saying we cannot do that now. It's to me it's much more
Just
challenging.
like your old school.
That's correct. It's much more challenging now to do, you know, that with the set that we're using. I am glad to be around still, you know, to assist with my expertise in that era. And this battalion, the volunteer battalion, right, has come a long way when it comes to communication and so, because we generally don't really have our own equipments, right? But we have the regular element who supports us, you know, in our training, equipment, etc. And we are grateful for that, no? By and large, we have a good communication system in place. And I applaud whoever is supporting it. Like right now, we have all the radios we needed to communicate, along with its ancillaries, etc. Like I mentioned earlier, training is crucial. And during, like the Major mentioned, right, phase 1, we're doing training with some of the soldiers, get them up to date where signaling is concerned. And then next week, you know, we test them physically, practically, you know, on what we have taught in the first week. And that is basically what we're doing in terms of communication.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Number 2. Earlier this week when we were there, we were able to capture some of a clip of the training that was happening at what village was I in at that time? I think it was in August Pine Ridge, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Where we had we had a clipping, we had the opportunity to view some of the actual training in regards to what was civil disturbance, I would imagine.
Yes.
You know, I saw young men and women as well with these big
shields.
Let's take the call. Shields.
Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Okay, I would like to make a call. I would like to talk with those guys over there in the morning show this morning. If you have the privilege.
Go right ahead, sir.
Pardon?
Go right ahead.
Hello?
Could you lower the volume on your television so then you can hear me and we can talk?
Yeah, sure.
Lower the volume on the television.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Okay, you can go ahead now and talk to the soldiers.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good
Yes,
morning.
sir.
Yes, we are hearing you, but we are still hearing the TV.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, officers. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Okay, good morning, officers. Good morning, gentlemen. Every morning I see this morning show. And this is an opportunity for us, for the Belizean people, to hear about the Belizean soldiers, what they're doing in the training.
Thank you.
But my question is, I heard that you spoke, sir, concerned about that you have 300 soldiers for this annual camp. And for me, I would like to know, I heard and I know that the volunteer or the reserve force are well trained for everything, sir. I'm just calling to know, like, we have volunteer or reserve force in Belize, I would like to know what kind of benefits our soldiers receive in case that something happened over there. Because all the soldiers and all BDF have families. And I would like to know, and I want to ask two questions. What kind of benefits if soldiers are paying Social Security? Because whatever you do in Belize, you need to show the Social Security card. And sometimes the Social Security wants to know if you are paying your contribution over there. And I would like to know what kind of benefits. Two questions. I just ask what kind of benefits, or what kind of, if there's something that after you complete so much time in the military, if there's some kind of benefits. I'm calling because I'm an ex-military.
Okay.
I'm the one that called this week, and this is an opportunity for all Belizeans who already serve in the reserve force, and sometimes there's no benefit people receiving from the reserve force. And I would like to know, you guys are the person in charge through to the government, what kind of deal or something are doing for the reserve force or for the soldiers who are in annual camp today. I would like to know, I would like to listen to your officers, and I will really happy to hear about you guys. You are training the element over there for this annual camp.
Thank you,
and
sir.
I will ask the Lord to bless you group and bless our BDV soldiers over there. I know that's nothing hard. Sometimes it's very hard. But that's the training. Like a soldier, we have to stand up strong and to fight for everything what we can do in Belize.
Thank you, sir.
I'm an ex-military for 25 years and I know what's a training, sir. And I would like to know. The 2 points I already brought this morning, and I will say God bless and have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Two key questions. He asked, first, if anything would happen to a soldier, is there any sort of backup for him or for his family? Second question, is there any sort of pension?
Okay. Thank you very much for that opportunity to deal with this
Certainly.
issue. In relation to, the soldier has medical coverage. So if he or she gets injured while we are on an operation like this, we have doctors. We would take him into our hospital in Ladyville, and from there make a assessment whether he needs to go to other hospitals for specialist care. Other benefits include we contribute towards a fund that one day pay for each rank at the normal pay scale for that person in order to put towards a benevolent fund. That fund can be used for emergency treatment outside of Belize.
Okay.
In relation to pension, the Defense Act will need to be revised for that coverage, because the Defense Act only includes pension for the regular officers and men. But we do see it as a shortcoming, but it will take a little bit more time in order to change it, in order to cover that.
And I think that's exactly what the caller was making mention
Yes.
of.
But I think, Emmanuel, too, it's very important for them to know that if you join the regulars, what to expect at the beginning and what will be the end.
Yes.
I think it's very important. If they miss that, I don't know who's to put the fault on that, but you should know, you know. Regular soldier get a full package. Volunteer is just volunteer.
Only, yeah. Oh, yes, exactly. Because the primary, when the Defense Act was prepared, note that the volunteer element has been around from the early 19th century. But the idea, even in its name, is you're giving service. You're giving
out
service.
of your own willingness, out of your own heart.
Right.
And but that.
But
you're right.
Yes,
It's a shortcoming.
Yes.
It can be viewed as a shortcoming.
Yes.
And I think that hopefully sometime in the very near future that shortcoming is addressed.
Yes. Presentations have been made in order to change it, but it will take a little bit more time. At the highest level, the ministry and the government of Belize and the Belize Defense Force, note I'm not talking on their behalf, I'm only saying that it has been presented, they are looking at it, but I can't say for sure right now exactly when that will happen.
I can accept that.
We have another caller on the line. Let's see who is on the line. Sugar City Morning Show, hello?
Hello. Acá en el español no vemos nada de Channel 10.
¿Todavía?
No, nada.
Ay, qué lástima. ¿Qué
pasa?
Lo que pasa es que tenemos problemas con el sistema.
La torre.
El torre, ¿no? El técnico viene hoy a componer el problema. Entonces, te pido perdón por parte de Channel 10.
Ok. Ojalá lo compongan pronto, man. Si no tenemos nada que ver acá.
Cuando lo
al menos vemos la noticia y el programa y todo.
Cuando lo compone, lo voy a cantar para ti.
Ok, sí, man.
Bueno.
Gracias.
Bye.
Bye.
Sir, if I may also add.
Certainly.
Yeah. Those were the, specifically dealing with the question the man posed to us. But there are other benefits. So there's medical, and there's also
under the regular, under the volunteer.
Under the volunteer. Right. So uniforms, food. While we are out here, we're not buying the food. It is provided.
Okay.
Right. So you get your uniforms. There are opportunities to go to school, IT vet, scholarships.
Paid for.
Okay. Right. But you have to sit a selection. You have to be selected and then sent on those courses. Then you have the opportunity to travel. For example, Lieutenant Saval traveled for courses outside of Belize. She'd probably be the best to explain to you the course that she did. When was it? Last year. Last year. Yes. If you can summarize. If you can summarize.
I know you tell me nothing. Talk to us, Lieutenant.
Last year I was an officer cadet in the volunteer battalion. As an officer cadet, in order for you to become an officer, you need to go out of the country to Louisiana to complete a course there. It's almost 3 months. It's a course for almost 3 months. We went to...
Intensive?
Yeah, very, very intensive. We went to Alabama last year, myself and 4 other officer cadets. And out there, it was very lot of physical, lot of academics. You are placed in different leadership roles, and I always mention to soldiers that attitude, it plays a big part out there also. You have to complete the course in order for you to get your it's a diploma out there, right? From the Louisiana National Guards. So when we come back in the country, last year in August, we got our certificate from the Governor General in December. He was commissioning us as a second lieutenant in the Belize Defense Force Volunteer Battalion. So I encourage any young persons who want to be a part of the volunteer battalion. They do have a lot of opportunities.
What prompted you to become a part of
Well, I'm a volunteer soldier for 8 years now. And I joined mainly because first I wanted to serve my country. And yes, the benefits, meaning you travel the whole country as a Belize Defense Force volunteer soldier.
Okay.
Right? So I wanted to serve, I wanted to meet more people. And I wanted to know my country. So I've been from north to south, east to west.
Right.
Yes.
I think one of the areas where the defense forces slip down is in terms of marketing. I mean, if we are volunteer, I just like we go to camp and go stand up at the gate and go back home. But now that we're talking to you guys, there's much more to that.
Yes,
Other than
certainly.
just going to Isles Camp and because I live down the street. You know.
Okay, you do have a significant point.
You
And
know.
it is something that we need to work on. We used to do it in the past where we go to high schools and we sell the organization.
But my friend there said it right. With technology nowadays, all you need to do is get up something on the TV and the
Yes.
radio, and people
You're
see
right.
these
And,
things.
and he's going the right way because he is nurturing the youth cadets.
Thank you very much.
So
You know,
I'd
so-
like to invite you to talk about this wonderful project that you're working on.
Certainly. The Belize Defense Force Youth Cadet Corps is a program that was started sometime in the early 90s. But for some reason or the other, it went dormant, and then it was restarted in the year 2008 by the then Minister Carlos Perdomo, no? Your good friend there, Mr. Jones.
That's right.
And from then to now, I believe it's if my math serves me right, we've been existing for 8 years.
Approximately, yes.
Basically, we cater for youths between the ages of 10 and 16 years, boys and girls. It's a national program, and we have 11 branches. We started off in 2008 with 7 branches, and we are now with 11
Can
branches.
I surmise that you have a branch in each district?
That's what I'm saying. So
The cadet corps in Orange Org is pretty much active.
Yes, sir, it is. We have some districts that has more than 1 branches, like Corozal. Corozal has 3 branches. Toledo has 2 branches, you know, and we're trying to, you know what some of them told me? It says, Sir Major, if you need us to go along with you to sit and talk to the minister, we are prepared to do that, you know, but we want our summer camp. When I heard that, you know, I said, my goodness, these
So
children,
encouraging, yeah.
yes man, these children, you know, is into this thing, you know, and when I convey the message to my boss, or my commander, Colonel Felix Enriquez, Colonel Felix Enriquez, he's very dedicated to this program, right? And he's the one who makes sure that everything has been done the way it's supposed to be done. And when we have challenges, I will take it to him, all right, and then he'll go higher and then gets, you know, the positive solutions, you know, that they're looking for. But I tell you, I enjoy working with the kids. Besides the challenges that they pose, you know, it's a good feeling, you know. And besides that, we have people like Major Hogales, Miss Sabal, who comes in, you know, and support us from time to time. So we have teachers, some of them, we have nurses, you know, that has that parent figure in them, you know, to help support the program and makes it a better one.
You said you have some sort of group here in Orange Rock for the Youth Cadet Corps.
Yes, we have a branch here.
You have a branch here. Can anybody just walk in and say, I'd like to participate?
Not anybody. I would want to say any youth between the ages of 10 and 16.
10 and 16.
Yes, you could go to any of the, preferably the volunteer BDF installation in each district, and they normally have applications there, right? You could get from the person in charge, the instructor there.
Listening, guys?
It's easy. Just obtain a application form, you fill it out. We normally do recruiting, we have a special time to do recruiting.
Oh, you do have a special time
Yes,
for recruitment?
That's correct. And we normally do recruiting in the months of December and January.
Okay.
December and January, we do recruiting, and then we start our training the first week in February.
So the program runs from February all the way through?
Yes, up to the summer camp, which is in August. And that was done specifically in order for, we do progressive training. So during those months of training, whatever we teaches the youth, Then come August, we confirm, right? In that form of the summer camp, all that we have taught in the previous months.
Okay.
And besides that, it's structured just like the volunteer. You know? The youth have time to get on the promotion list. You can become a non-commissioned officer, you know, a lance corporal,
Are you kidding?
a
Really?
corporal, and even up to sergeant.
Let's take this call. Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Yes, sir.
I can't recognize everybody on the screen because the TV around this area no show to bright. We have, who do we have on the panel?
We do have Major Ogaldes. We have Warrant Officer Albert Johnson. And we have Second Lieutenant Yula Sabal.
You got that, Chief?
You got that, sir?
Yes, I did. Thank you very much. I could say, man, I'll be clear now.
Okay.
Johnson and Mr. Wallace, so you all wish you all the best. Welcome to Orange Road. This is W01, but I retired.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We almost told you who you were because we are familiar with the voice for decades now. How are you, sir?
Well, I am doing fine, and I am.
Oh, really?
I hope the weather treats you quite nicely up this area, and
Santa Familia Street.
Go ahead, sir.
Oh, I've not even.
Thank you very much,
longest.
W1 Pelayo. We are glad to hear from you.
Sir, and, like I said, welcome to Spain Park. Have good training.
Thank you very much, sir. We wish you all the best. Yes, we wish you all the best and your family as well. Yeah. Are you busy on W1? Maybe you can come and visit us while we are still here until the 26th or so. Might have been.
Hello.
What's it gone?
Yeah. Let me just read a text here. Somebody here saying, tell Major Gales and his team, a job well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
If I may continue, I just
Certainly,
want to say,
certainly, sir. Please go.
Every year, we hold a summer camp in a different district. We started out to 208 in Corozal. We have completed the cycle now. So we're just repeating it
This
again.
in terms of the youth college.
Yes.
Okay.
So the camp will be held from the 8th to the 15th of August at the CCC compound, which is the Corozal Community College. There we'll be hosting this year's summer camp.
Okay. Well, we're very glad to hear that.
Let's take this call. Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'm the same person that I called this morning. I just called because I never understand my point that I asked the question. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, we're listening, sir.
I'm the same person I called this morning.
Yes, go ahead. Just go ahead with what.
Yeah.
Make a point.
Yeah, I'm the same person I called this morning. I never understand so clear about my points that I brought this morning. First of all, because like I am ex-military, and my question is not so clear. Why? Because for a long time, after 80s, the officer was in charge from the reserve force was fighting for the benefits for all soldiers that belong to the reserve force. And I don't know until today, I don't know if the leaders of the officer in charge are still fighting for that. I'm calling for because I would like to see something for the future for the Belizeans who are over there in battle camp today. That's one of the questions that I never understand so clear. That's why I tried to call this morning again, because I would like to see something for my people, for the Belizean element to the reserve. Thank you.
I think his issues at the cabinet level. You know, I understand where he's coming from, but
that's correct.
That is
Well
not
said, Dylan.
for
Well
this-
said.
for
Because
this
at the
show.
end of the day, we cannot. We cannot presume.
Exactly. Tex Emmanuel said the police should also plan an annual exercise such as this. After the police passes out, that is it. and all their training just based on everyday challenge they face on the street and from senior officers, which of course is brutal. It's sad. BDF might not be fully recognized for their contribution to this country, but with their constrained budget, they still try to plan and train. It's crumbling slowly, but the training such as this enhance confidence and morals.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you
That's
very
a
much.
text again.
We don't have much time left, but I do believe that it would be a good idea if we can just revisit that visit that I did in August Pine Ridge, where we had a clip of the training yeah, there it is.
Right.
There it is. Exactly so. Obviously, you have about 40, 50 people there doing training and learning how to deal with civil disturbances.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
not right?
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's take that call quickly before you answer that.
Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Yeah, I'm talking here.
Yes, you're on there, go ahead.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
You have to.
Please lower the volume of your television or radio. Yes, you hear me now, right? Hello? Hello? I said lower the volume, I just said hang up.
Okay. Going back to the clip that we were showing.
Yes, sir.
You have an instructor there who was from
Sugar City.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Very professional young man. He started off in the volunteers too.
Hold the thought for me, sir.
Okay.
Sugar City Morning Show, hello?
Morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, I want to apply to you for that.
Thanks.
You see, they're listening to the radio in the back.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm from One Falls Delta Company. I think we will see Mr. Ogales.
Thank you very much.
I want to congratulate Ms. Julia Saban for working with the Dangura kids. She always been somebody who always go to the other level with the volunteer battalion and serving the kids in the youth cadet corps. As in Mr. Johnson, you know, I always support you guys. I always try to help when I was in the volunteers, you know, and he really make us feel at home. The happy, the leaders who cares for the children, you know, and we support what I want to do, and we support one another. And I don't play out the orange drop. They watch it on the TV and it doesn't make us feel good, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And he had to finish with that. Thank you very much for that participation.
All right, neighbor.
Yeah, Baba. Thank you. Yeah, he had to call because he feel good.
I knew the person was in the aisles or something. He had an echo in the background. You know. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes, you were
sir.
talking, Major.
Yes, that training is being headed by W2 Mohano. He's a son of the soil, professional guy. He joined through the volunteer battalion and got transferred to the regular force. Okay. He has international exposure.
Oh, really?
The aim of that training is to sensitize our men and women to the possibilities of riots and how to combat the riots. There are times we have to be called out to do such things. When the police sometimes have a most challenging time or they are overwhelmed, they move back and then we move into position. It is not something that we want to happen, but in the eventuality that a crisis has to be dealt with, we are most prepared.
Exactly.
And believe me, it might look safe if they're behind the sheets, but experiences from Orange Walk has told you that it is not safe. But
Exactly.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know,
that is true.
I remember being in Mexico City when my brother was alive, and almost every day, gentlemen and lady, almost every day there were demonstrations on Paseo de la Reforma, And there was an element, I think, in the Mexican army called those grenaderos or granaderos. But these are the ones who were the people who were the soldiers, the element, who were there to preserve order. They have a right to demonstrate, okay, good, but demonstrate and don't create any civil unrest.
Yes.
They were there to ensure. And if there was any civil, if there was any uprising, any sort of a riot, they were the ones who stepped in and maintained law and order. And, you know, with all their shields and their batons and so forth.
Yes.
I don't think, I don't recall, well, maybe they had some sort of live ammunition, but that is only used in extreme cases.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, folks, well, I guess we covered just about everything this morning. Very interesting. Like I say, I would just like to see more marketing of where it is. Just two quick questions. Says, to have a text here, morning, Mr. Ogales and Paji. Job well done, guys, from Joe.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you very much.
All right, question, what is the count of, how many volunteer guys do we have across the country?
Across the country, we have about 600 men.
Okay, what can one do to join the volunteer guards?
Good question. One goes into any BDF installation and requests a form. We do our thing in November. That is when we look at all the applicants. We pass them through certain tests, physical, mental, and written. And if they satisfy the requirements, we invite them to join us in January.
Age restrictions?
So 16 to 30, is it 36?
I know the last time we had it up to 20, between 26 and 28. That was
Right,
the age I
but
remember.
but it can even go beyond. And depending on one's qualifications, if you have special skills and you're older than that, we consider you most favorably.
Because we have people who fits in the category of technical reserves, no?
Right,
I understand.
right. Because I mean, you would find maybe you have somebody joining the volunteer guys and he has a degree in computer science.
Right. You don't tell such a person no at all.
Any requirements as to height and weight and any sort of thing, like, you know?
I don't think they could stretch you, but they could make you lose weight.
One of the physical tests I told you about is being able to run a certain distance in a particular time.
Prescribed time.
In a prescribed time.
I always say that to you because, like I say, the camp is right up the street from where I live, and I always say that when the time comes, man, a lot of young men on the street.
Well, I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that. I think one of the big things when it comes to, you know, military, one of the things that I guess that you inculcate is, keyword is discipline.
Yes, yes,
Paramount,
true.
It's paramount.
Yes.
And if we can only begin to broaden the area where discipline is applied, I think we would be having a much better community, a much better environment,
But,
much
but I
better
think to
country,
joining,
you know?
joining the guards,
Because,
the reserve would be just like in life if you want to do something. Because if somebody, if your parents tell you, go join and you don't want to go, then you're not happy. You gotta want to do it from
Yes,
the heart.
I agree with that.
Like Miss Lula said, she wanted to serve her country. So nobody had to tell she go join. You know.
She lives only one block away from our headquarters. You know.
See, because I have a nephew, I'll be honest with you, I've been talking to him for at least 3 times within maybe 4 years already. Go join the volunteers. Yes, I'm good. Yes, sure. But you know, because he don't want to study. He feel like maybe just hang out and everything, and then go join the guards. And you want to like it, you want to change your life, you want to be somebody. Sit down and listen to me, Emmanuel. Yes, I tell you what, I'm going to get the application. We don't say for the next 2 months.
Gentlemen, we're getting to about just that time. Final words.
Well, I'd just like to know, the general public to know that the cadet program is a very important program, and I urge them to get their children involved in the program, right? It has its own benefit, and like I said initially, right? the children are our future, and we must provide for them and take care of them to make them better citizens in society.
Thank you. Major?
Emmanuel,
Dylan.
Dylan, I'm most grateful for this opportunity to represent my battalion. And in conclusion, thanks to our commanding officer, Felix Enriquez, the XO, Major James Pitillo, and the officers and men of the volunteer battalion who gave us this opportunity to come and present the nation with our activities. Thank you very much on your behalf.
You're always welcome. You're always welcome. Second Lieutenant Yula Sabal.
Yes, sir. I would just like to encourage young people, between the ages of 16.
Ladies especially.
Ladies, yes, the females too. To join the volunteer, there are great benefits. This can be like a stepping stone for you to move up into whatever area you want to go in, and stuff like that. And I also want to bring up my company, Delta Company, Danguera and Punta Gorda. And I also want to say thanks for the opportunity for letting us come here and talk about the Belize Defense Force, Volunteer Battalion, and the training that is happening, and also about the cadet program. So thanks again.
Well, it's certainly been our pleasure having you guys. It really has been our pleasure. And I'll be honest with you, I learned a lot today because I remember as a young adult, we used to remember, we used to know the word the volunteer guard, the volunteer guard, the volunteer guard. But then after a while, we stopped listening about the volunteer guard, okay? But now I know that it's a permanent element in the Belize Defense Force. Now I know that there is training involved with these people. Now I know that you all are going to extremes to train the people correctly, to be able to incorporate themselves into society, and also to be able to deal with problems, especially when it comes to national emergencies. Yes. And let's take the call.
Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Yeah, good morning again. Major Dale, sorry about cutting communication, the blow one that I have.
Yes, sir.
I had to cut the line because I dropped out of my hand. I get so scared.
Okay.
Pertaining to invitation to visit, it will be a very, very extremely good pleasure. But I work Sunday to Sunday, that's the problem.
Okay.
We are trying to get this tongue in a very beautiful condition.
Yes. Okay.
But what is the date of departure?
We return on the 26th. We commence phase 2 of the operation on Friday. So that is the FTX from Friday until the end. But we are based at that high school, the agricultural high school.
That's not too far.
At Trinidad. So
well, I'll see what I can do, because it would be nice to go home for a couple of hours.
Sure. You're most welcome, because you're one of our very important persons.
Yes, thank you so much, and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Nice saying from you, Mr. Pelayo.
W1 Pelayo.
Just before we leave, Emmanuel, say morning. Just a reminder that all interested teams to participate in the Vegas Cup 2015 at Monday, July 20th is the registration deadline. So we urge everyone to make efforts to meet that deadline. Thanks. Message from Raul.
I have a message here that just came through. And this is, it's in Spanish, so I'll read it in Spanish. Este es un aviso importante del Sugarcane Production Committee en términos de la lista de cañeros para la zafra del 2016. Se le comunica a todo cañero y cañera someter su reporte para el registro de cañeros para la zafra 2016 en las oficinas del Sugar Board, Orange Oak y Corozal. A los cañeros activos, A partir de martes 14 de julio, se le pide reportar toda caña que no se pudo entregar a la fábrica. Esto incluye caña Xavi y quemazones, también plant cane del año pasado que no se cosechó, así como plant cane que se utilizó para semilla en el mes de mayo y junio. Tome nota que todas las nuevas siembras de este año 2015 no serán consideradas para esta siguiente zafra, sino hasta la zafra del 2017. Nuevamente, les recordamos que sometan sus reportes, ya que cañal que no se reporte no podrá ser verificada y no contará en su nueva estimación. Fecha límite para hacer esos reportes es el viernes 24 de julio. No se olviden traer su identificación de Seguro Social o identificación de cañero, por favor, así como una persona que pueda enseñar en el mapa el lugar justo donde se encuentra la caña quedada. En cuanto a los cañeros que van a hacer transfers, se les informa que ya pueden someter sus aplicaciones. Fecha límite para hacer las solicitudes de transfers será el 30 de agosto. También se les solicita a las 3 asociaciones que entreguen la lista de su membresía con fecha límite el 30 de agosto. Gracias por su atención y esperamos contar con su cooperación. Este fue un mensaje del Sugarcane Production Committee. ¿Ya con eso?
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Well, once again, on behalf of Channel 10, we'd like to say thank you to you, Soles, for taking time out of your busy schedule, because we can see by what we learned here today, it's really tight. I guess
And it's been good having
the
it.
man and run this morning just to be here.
Yes.
So we want to thank you, and we will extend our courtesy, as we always do, to our guests. And wherever the community is concerned, we have an open door policy.
Thank you.
Just inform us, and you're always welcome, whether it's come back to discuss something special or just to say hi. We welcome that, no?
And we might just be back for the 20th or the 21st. We might just be back.
So once again, thank you for taking time out.
Thank you, Dylan.
I appreciate it very much.
We got to get out of here. For Morris Kokom on cameras, Raheem Wagner controls, our director, Mr. Robert Chekiasha, our co-host, Emmanuel Martinez.
Cuídense mucho.
My name is Dylan Jones. This has been your Thursday serving of the Sugar City Morning Show. Until we meet again, stay safe, Belize. God love you. We love you. So long.
Hasta luego. See you tomorrow.